Good morning to all the students, faculty, and the participants. So today we have with us Professor Dr. Vijaya Gunturu, sir, Adjunct Professor at the Department of ECE, IIIT Kurnool. So, sir will be talking on CSE versus AI ML versus cybersecurity versus data science. What's the real difference and which pays more? And will AI replace engineers? So, this is the topic sir will be speaking about. So, before proceeding further, um, a small introduction of Vijaya sir. Sir is a senior member IEEE, received the UG degree BTech ECE from SVU Tirupati, post-graduation as MTech in Electronic Instrumentation from NIT Warangal, awarded PhD from the IIT Roorkee. Currently, Sir is an adjunct professor at the Department of ECE at a prestigious centrally funded government of Indian Institute of National Importance, that is IIIT Kurnool, a prestigious accolade of Sir's being is not only supporting through routine teaching of UG and PG courses, also serving their board of studies in a consulting role, especially for their academic research and industry collaboration. Since August 2024, as principal, MVSR College of Engineering, Sir is currently also serving as a member PG CET 2024 Admissions Committee of Telangana Government State Council of Higher Education, representing autonomous private engineering colleges of the region. So this is about Sir. Sir, now I request you to address the students and their parents.
Thank you. Is my presentation audible here?
Yes, sir.
Is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me start. Is it in the PPT mode? Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is in the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for the nice introduction, and let me commence the topic. Actually, the topic that has been given to me is quite challenging. Thanks to CAP consultants for giving me an opportunity to talk to the students, rather aspirants of engineering seats through EAPCET or JoSAA, whatever. It is really nice and very relevant questions are raised here. There are actually, if you can see, there are three parts of this topic, this talk. Part one is a choice. Should I have to select CSE over AIML or cybersecurity or DS, or which one should I select? And how do you select? What is the parameters to think about? Second one is, yes, very important question at the end. Everybody looks for a good career. So what could be the payment or compensations that I'll get if at all I get trained in the next 4 years to come in these areas, either in engineering or in technology? The last but not the least, but very, very important and relevant question of today's generation to several, both parents and students, is, will AI replace engineers? Very wonderful question, and it has a very, very in-depth thought that one has to think to answer this question. But before I proceed to the next slide, I would like to bear with me for next 60 minutes or so. I will try to condense it as much as I can. Please reserve your questions or put the questions, if at all there are any, as you hear my lecture on chat box. I'm sure somebody, the organizers, will be looking at it, and then they will be able to transfer the questions to me so that to the extent that I know, I will try to answer it. Let's move to the next slide, which is about introduction or a brief on this. I have a total of about 24 slides, including thank you slide and the title slide. So around 22 slides are there and 60 minutes to go. So I now set my time accordingly. Let me talk about this. First question that I have in my mind when this topic was chosen, and I'm chosen as the speaker by the CAP consultants and Institute of Academic Excellence, is that why this choice dilemma is there. I was thinking as a student and as a parent, if I look myself put myself into the shoes of the student and parent. I'm just trying to understand why at all I'm getting into this dilemma, because there are too many confusing things. People say CSE is one discipline, but then people also say AI, ML, cybersecurity, data science, these are all part of the CSE. Should I have to do CSE? Should I have to go with engineering baccalaureate degree in these allied areas? I call them as allied areas of CSE because beyond CSE only these areas came up, as you all may know and agree with me. A simple and very, very comprehensive answer that I can give in one sentence. Of course, I will try to discuss briefly about this dilemma, why this dilemma comes to us. Maybe somewhere we didn't bother to think about the basic industrial revolutions that are ongoing. Or maybe that having some idea, we are not very focused to understand why this dilemma in terms of choice, compensation packages, fears in terms of whether the engineers are replaced by AI. Why these questions come up? The answer lies in understanding the revolutions, industry revolutions, 1.0 to 4.0. Anyway, I won't go into that right now, but I'll try to touch base with these topics as we go along in this talk. My objective of this talk is to help making a well-informed decision by youth as well as the parents. I hope I'll try to put this. It is a very vast topic. It's not easy to comprehend, but I'm trying my best within the 60 minutes to comprehend it, to answer all these three parts. One is the choice dilemma. Second is on who gets paid more or less over a period of time. And third one is will AI replace engineers over a period of time? And if so, what is exactly that we should do as engineers, having graduated in 2029, having joined now a branch in 2020, because you can't undo what you have already done. 2025, you pick up a seat, you can't go back and then start studying again another BTech. So naturally, the choice has to be an informed decision you have to make. So very, very relevant questions. And let us look into a focused comparative view that could possibly provide some kind of a practical guidance to every one of us. You are welcome to reserve your questions till the end. However, you can type it in the chat box as I'm trying to touch base with these points so that the organizers will be able to float those questions and I'll be in a position to answer them. Now we'll take up the first one, which is the choice dilemma. It is a critical decision today. In fact, it is a strategic decision for every one of you who is trying to aspire for an engineering seat. In fact, it is more challenging a decision for the parents to guide the children also. So one point we clearly know, if it is a because the bachelor's degree is a 4 years program, naturally in engineering, it is 4 years. So 2025, you join, 2029, you will come out. So we'll have to keep this timeline in mind and accordingly try to see what best we can understand about this dilemma. Now I'm giving a table, a comparative view. And you can see here on the left-hand side, some features or aspects of each of these 4 disciplines are taken into consideration during my talk now. The talks that I'm taking into account here is feature or aspect of each of these branches, primary focus, core subjects, typical job roles, tools and languages, learning curve, industry application, interdisciplinary nature or not, scope for R&D and PhD, career flexibility, sustainability. These are the aspects that I'm trying to give in this comparative view. Let me try to inform you or try to bring out the differences with more specifics on each row. AIML. AIML, basically, it is a short form for artificial intelligence and machine learning, as all of you know. It is basically nothing but in this course or in this program, if you try to choose AIML, you are supposed to be on designing intelligent systems, learning from data. These are the two major roles that you need to pick up in learning in the 4 years of BTech. When you take up a cybersecurity as a degree that you want to pursue, you will be more into security systems, networks, and data related aspects. Please try to understand the clear differences between the two in terms of the aspects. Then the third one is data science, analyzing and interpreting data for decisions. This is the different role. This is so the ball game is not same in every discipline that you choose. You have to first have the objective in your mind clearly. Similarly, if you go to computer science and engineering, suppose if you choose that as a program for your 4-year study, they are basically computing principles in the core and software and systems. It is more or less a broader way as of today. CSE is a broader study into which you can specialize within CSE, AIML or cybersecurity or data science. This is what is the status today. But there are institutions that offer programs tailor-made for the baccalaureate degree in AIML, in cybersecurity data science. Now, a part of things that are not relevant to you in CSE, they will not focus in AIML, correspondingly in cybersecurity, correspondingly in data science, when the Board of Studies design the syllabus. Because I am one among those who are in the Board of Studies, I very well know how the syllabus is getting designed. See, our focus in designing the syllabus fundamentally for any academician is, or a group of academicians, they sit together and think 10+2, a candidate has completed and came into engineering first year, first, second, third to fourth years, all the 4 years, what should be the course wherewith, what should be the subjects one should study, what should be the focus of these subjects. Based on that, I need to design how many subjects per semester, how many subjects per year, and what kind of electives, what kind of special electives like program specific electives, what kind of open electives that is required for this particular focus. All these things are based on the first row, which I explained just now, feature or aspect. So AIML people will have to concentrate more on pursuing studies in the form in terms of designing intelligent systems. They should get into the skills of designing intelligent systems and learning from the data. Whereas cybersecurity people will focus on securing how to secure systems, networks, and data. Whereas data science people will be more into analysis and interpretation of data for making decisions. Today, you are making a decision. An informed decision is what I am talking about today in the past few minutes. You have to have data is normally huge, sometimes big. As you know, big data is another area. Similarly, computer science and engineering principles are there in each of them. So CSC in a way is a broader perspective, whereas AIML, cybersecurity, data science, some of the aspects of broader perspective you may not have exposure if you choose a BTech or BE in AIML, cybersecurity, or data science. But CSC, if you try to do, yes, you will not get a focus in each of them, but definitely you will be required to add on these aspects like AIML, cybersecurity, data science. Next one is primary focus. In AIML, the primary focus of your study will be deep learning, neural nets, natural language processing, robotics. These are the areas where the focus will be in AIML when the syllabus is designed. Whereas in cybersecurity, we talk more about ethical hacking. You learn more about network security. You also learn to get skills on cryptography as how to decipher or cipher a given text before you communicate to others between computers or between different geographical areas. Data science, basically on statistics, machine learning, and visualization, how to visualize the data. See, data can be visualized in many ways. You can use mathematics or statistics or machine learning. These are all tools of visualization, but that is what a data scientist or data science professional need to learn. Then come to computer systems, computer science and engineering students who pursue this CSE area. They will be more focused on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let me continue. Sorry for participants for the break. I'll be continuing from where I left. I was discussing about the primary focus, AIML, cybersecurity, data science, and computer science. What are the primary focus in your study? In computer science, we go with OS, operating systems, database management systems, networks, programming languages. These are the main focus there in that kind of study. Now, coming to core subjects, AI engineer, ML developer, basically these are the core subjects in which you will be trying to get into. The core subjects are typical job roles. I think these two got a little interchanged. The core subjects, there is a slight hiccup here. Anyway, I'll try to compensate for that. The table, I think the core subjects you learn here is not right now appearing in this. I'll come to that later, but we'll take up the job roles now. AI engineer is the job role in AI/ML, ML developer, NLP engineer, whereas security analyst, penetration tester, SOC analyst is the job roles that you will get typically in cybersecurity once you complete. Similarly, data analyst, data scientist, business analyst will be the job roles. It is not the core subjects I am looking at. We'll come to the core subjects at a later point of time. Then we will also see the software engineer, system architect is the designations of job roles in which you will be living in. Coming to tools and languages, Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, R programming, these are the tools and languages that in AI/ML you will learn more. Whereas in cybersecurity, you will be learning about Wireshark, Kali Linux, Splunk, and Python. Python is again there in all the four, of course. R is there in data science as well as AI/ML. Whereas in data science, you'll have to look at SQL and Hadoop, Java, Python, and Git, Linux, AWS. AWS stands, I think many of you know, it is about the cloud, right? Amazon Web Services, they call it, but it is basically on clouds. Now, coming to tools and languages is what I spoke about. Now, coming to learning curve, here you require strong mathematic background. You require the learning curve has to be very, very high in the sense you should have the aptitude to learn. I'm sorry, this entire core subjects is missing here. Other than that, test of all is there. If I can take a minute to alter this, probably it will help. Let me change this presentation a little. Yeah, I think I'm there back. We'll come to the core subjects later. I'll come about that later. Now, coming to the learning curve, you require to have a very high math that you need to get as far as the AI/ML is concerned. You should be very good at learning. In fact, you should have high potential of learning mathematics, strong mathematics and computing required. In terms of cybersecurity, it is a little lesser than this, but you should have analytical skills and system mindset. In data science, you should have, again, a mix of statistics, business and computing you will try to have. Then balanced, good entry to all CS fields you require to have. There is a balanced way you need to go in all these systems. I think this table got a little hicked up. Doesn't matter. I'll try to tell you how the things are. I'll try to correct it later, but I know what is to be conveyed. Coming to industrial applications, they are actually autonomous systems, autonomous vehicles and smart assistants. This is where the applications lie. And industry 4.0 is where AI/ML is mostly used. I'll come to these industry revolutions in a bit. Coming to industry applications of
ఏమైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. ఏమైనా కౌన్సిలింగ్ సంబంధించిన డౌట్స్ ఇలాంటివి ఏమైనా ఉంటే శ్రీ శ్రీనివాస్ గారు ఉంటారు. మీరు క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగాలనుకుంటే అడగండి. ఎవరైనా స్టూడెంట్స్ కానీ పేరెంట్స్ కానీ.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్. అంటే ఈ కౌన్సిలింగ్ సెషన్ సంబంధించి క్వశ్చన్స్ కానీ అలాగే సార్ చెప్తున్న దాని మీద క్వశ్చన్స్ కానీ ఉంటే మీరు ముందుగా పోస్ట్ చేయొచ్చు లేదా అడగొచ్చు. ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది సెషన్స్ సార్ విల్ ఆన్సర్. అదర్వైజ్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ సంబంధించిన ఏమైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటే మేము ఆన్సర్ చేస్తాం. మీకు స్టూడెంట్స్ కానీ పేరెంట్స్ కానీ ఎవరైనా ఏదైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ క్లారిటీ కావాలంటే పోస్ట్ చేయొచ్చు లేదా అడగొచ్చు.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఎంసెట్ హాల్ టికెట్ మీద ప్రిన్సిపల్ సైన్ కావాలా సార్?
అవసరం లేదమ్మా.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ హాల్ టికెట్ మీద?
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ హాల్ టికెట్ అవసరం లేదు. నీకు లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి, మీకు చూపిస్తాను. ఈ సెషన్ మధ్యలో అవుతుంది. అయిన తర్వాత విల్ గో ఫర్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద డాక్యుమెంట్స్ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఫర్ కౌన్సిలింగ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే, అంటే గెజిటెడ్ సైన్ ఏమి అవసరం లేదు. ఎందుకంటే మీరు వెరిఫికేషన్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అంటే ఈ హాల్ టికెట్ ర్యాంక్ కార్డ్ అంతా జనరేట్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ మన సిస్టమ్ నుంచి వచ్చేదే కాబట్టి దానికి సైన్స్ ఏం అవసరం లేదు. వెరాజ్ మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ఒరిజినల్స్ కూడా తీసుకొని వెళ్తారు. 10th ఇంటర్ టీసీ స్టడీ సర్టిఫికేట్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఒరిజినల్స్తో వెళ్తారు కాబట్టి ఏ గెజిటెడ్ సైన్ అవసరం లేదు.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
కాకపోతే పర్పస్ ఏంటంటే మీకు ఒకవేళ మీరు సర్టిఫికేట్స్ ఏదైనా కాలేజ్లో జాయిన్ అయ్యి సర్టిఫికేట్స్ ఒరిజినల్స్ అక్కడ ఇస్తారు. 4 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత మాత్రమే మళ్ళీ తీసుకుంటారు. మధ్యలో వాళ్ళు ఇవ్వరు. మధ్యలో మీరు ఏదైనా అప్లై చేయడానికి కానీ ఏదైనా జాబ్స్ పర్పస్లో వెళ్ళటానికి కానీ మీ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ ఉండవు, ఒరిజినల్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ ఉండవు కాబట్టి వేరే ఏవైతే జిరాక్స్ కాపీస్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి అవి ఒరిజినల్గా ట్రీట్ చేసి చేయడానికి దాని మీద గెజిటెడ్ సైన్ పెట్టించుకోవాలి. అది మీకు సేఫర్ సైడ్గా ఉంటుంది ఫర్ 4 years.
ఓకే సార్. సార్ డాక్యుమెంట్.
Yes, sir. Hello. So participants, Tanmay, ఒక 2 minutes ఆగమ్మా. Sir join అయినారు. మనము we will proceed with question answer sessions after this session, by end of this session. So, sir, Vijaya sir.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. You can just proceed with your presentation.
I'm sorry, there are too many hiccups today, unexpectedly. Sunday probably.
No problem, sir. Students will understand.
I will be quickly starting in a minute by sharing my presentation now.
Students, we will take up the question answer sessions once when Vijaya sir is done with the sessions. You can interact with Vijaya sir and Srinivas sir also.
Is my presentation visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So coming to learning curves, you should have a very high learning curve in AIML because it requires strong maths, computing required maths and computing aspects. I'll try to tell you the difference between these aspects in a minute. Bear with me. Learning curve must be very high in AIML, medium in data science and cybersecurity. It should be a balanced learning curve you should have. What I mean by this is the person who is trying to choose these branches must analyze himself whether he has this set of learning curve by himself when he is trying to get into it. If strong maths is not there, don't prefer AIML, please. On the other hand, if you don't have analytical skills or systems mindset, if you don't have, you have to think about these things. Then mix of statistics, business and computing aspects, if you don't have, don't think of data science, think of others. If you want a generalized version, maybe balanced good entry to all CS2 fields is okay, because even this current and other fields also will be accommodated in future. CSE is a generalized area. So, okay. So this is how it should be. And similarly, industry applications, when you go autonomous vehicles, smart assistants, industry 4.0, this is where AIML will concentrate. Banking, defense, healthcare and IT infrastructure, cybersecurity will concentrate. E-commerce, finance, health, analytics, this is what data science graduates will be focusing on. All sectors, software development, infrastructure development, all sectors, computer science will have. Whereas interdisciplinary, when in nature, basically when you look at it, AI with robotics, computer vision, cognitive science. This is where AI ML focuses. Law, compliance, forensics, psychology. This is where cybersecurity will focus. On the other hand, data science has statistics, business intelligence, and AI. This is where it is a mix of them. Whereas software development in all sectors, it will come as far as CSE. So as you can see, the scope for R&D is very high in AI ML as of today, moderate to high in cybersecurity as of today. Data science is just picking up like anything these days. It is very high in CSC because you'll be generalized in all. Then coming to career flexibility, you can shift to data science or robotics from AI/ML easily. You can also, one second, I have to put this in mute. Coming to the career shift, career flexibility, you can shift to data science or robotics, or you can shift it into risk compliance and roles in cybersecurity. Whereas in data science, you can move to ML and AI roles with upskilling yourselves. You can also move into any of the other three in the computer science generalized area. Sustainability, yes, high automation, it is very high here also, as well as data science. And most of the cybersecurity is going to be very high compared to remaining two, that is data science and AI/ML. And of course, in CSE also, sustainability is high. The peak is cybersecurity in terms of sustainability over next 10 to 5 years. Now, designing intelligent systems, learning data, this is the first one, feature aspect. That is what I said, there is a hiccup in the table, we'll try to correct it in due course. Now, before I go to the other aspects, one is about understanding the job roles. Because everybody joins an engineering program with an interest to get into a kind of job role. So if you look at cybersecurity, there is what is called as an SOC analyst I spoke about in the previous slide. Let me go back and then show you, this is what I'm talking about. In job roles, if you see, there is a SOC analyst here. I'm talking about that. You need to understand the job roles. And when you are studying, you need to really focus yourself in your mind while you are pursuing the studies. Am I getting myself good enough, upskilled into those kind of job roles or not? That is the reason why some I am trying to explain, although there are so many things to touch base, time may not be enough for all of them to touch base, but I'll try to explain, because that will give you a kind of guidance when you are trying to pick up a thing, which kind of job roles you should look at. SOC basically means Security Operations Center. You will be an analyst of Security Operations Center once you undergo cybersecurity BTech or BE. It's a professional who monitors, analyzes, and responds to security threats in real time to protect an organization's IT infrastructure and data. Coming to data analyst, please note the difference between an analyst and a scientist. Analyst focuses more on existing data to identify trends and insights. Thus, data analysts are more likely to use descriptive analytics to understand past events. On the other hand, data scientists work with more complex data, often building predictive models and algorithms to make predictions. Data scientists are predictive analytics to forecast future outcomes. Basically, that's their role. At the same time, you also should understand the difference between these three terms: architect, engineer, and developer. They are not same. Architect basically focuses on high-level design and overall structure of a system. On the other hand, an engineer is responsible for translating that design, whatever an architect has made, or that design is to be translated into concrete implementation, often involving lower level coding and problem solving. This is what an engineer's role is. There is a technologist role which is different from an engineer's role. I'll tell you the difference between engineering and technology, because these are the very fine lines that you need to understand to make an informed decision what you would like to go in for. Similarly, a developer typically focuses on writing a code to implement specific features, often working within the constraints and guidelines established by engineer or architect. Now come to the some more aspects in terms of learning curve that I was talking about. Please try to understand the difference between math and computing. They are not same. Math and computing are closely related, Math provide a theoretical foundation for many computing concepts. Math and computing are distinct in the sense math is a study of numbers, quantities, shapes, and their relationships, whereas computing focuses on application of computers and algorithms to solve problems. These two are not same. Math and stats. Stats means basically statistics. I think you can understand the maths is a broad and abstract discipline dealing with numbers, shapes, and patterns, whereas statistics is a focused aspect, which is nothing but an applied mathematics aspect focused on data collection, data analysis, data interpretation, data presentation to make sense of real world scenarios. These are very, very important aspects that you need to really consider and have knowledge of before you make an informed decision as which one to choose. Autonomous and smart systems. People use very, very interchangeably, but they are not. Autonomous and smart systems are often used interchangeably, but they are and the same meaning and application. In both, they differ. Autonomous systems are capable of making independent decisions and acting without direct human control, often utilizing machine learning and AI to adapt to changing circumstances. Whereas the smart systems, on the other hand, are typically equipped with sensors, connectivity, and ability to process data, allowing them to perform tasks more efficiently and offer advanced features, but they may still require human input or indirection. Understand the difference between autonomous systems and smart systems. They are not same, although people use them interchangeably, because these are the fine things that you need to understand. If you have to understand the previous table that I have shown, the table that I was talking about, here I've used these terms in many ways. Here you can use industry applications, autonomous, somewhere we call it as smart. All these things you need to really understand before you take, because once you have a comprehensive idea about these things, you will be making an informed decision as which one to select today, so that in future you can focus during your studies on those aspects to upskill yourself. Coming to the core topics or subjects, although I have not touched base earlier on the table, which I'll have to correct a little bit. But to be frank with you, technology and engineering, you need to understand the difference. I told earlier that I'll come back on this. Technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, while engineering is a systematic approach to designing and developing solutions to meet human needs using that knowledge. Please note the fine difference between them. Technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, whereas engineering is a systematic approach. Technology basically is having a fine difference between that and engineering to designing of developing solutions to meet human needs using that knowledge. Precision is possibly needed in technology, whereas engineering requires a better approach in terms of systems rather than in terms of specific need. You may make some compromises when you go here. I'll tell you a simple example on this. If you have to really travel from one point to another point, there are multiple ways of traveling. Now, what is technology here? Will you use a bicycle? Will you use a scooter? Will you use a car? Will you use your own legs to travel from one place to another? Your technology is that. So you will try to have multiple aspects in terms of human needs. What is the need that you have at that point of time? Not that you cannot afford petrol or fuel. Sometimes you may feel like, let me walk and reach the other place. So basically, this is basically towards engineering side. Now coming to technology side, yes, you use the car or cycle. What is it that you are using? That is your technology part. Now coming to NLP, natural language processing is a machine learning technology that gives computers the ability to interpret. Please note, humans have the ability to interpret, not the computers. At the end of the day, however, we are good at designing these computers, making things to happen, it can never beat a human. There is no doubt about it in its interpretation. And hence, please understand the natural language processing is a machine learning technology, It is a technology. It is not engineering there again. And it is an ability to interpret, manipulate, and comprehend human languages. Now, coming to the industry revolutions, the basic point which I want to touch base on these three questions that we started with. Before you take a decision on this, I want you to have an informed, clear-cut idea about why these questions are coming often, time and again these days. Will engineers be replaced? What is this confusing aspects of why this confusion is coming today, whereas earlier we used to have core branches, even within ECE, within computer science, we are having a lot of terms which are very difficult to comprehend. Why this is happening? The basis for that, the fundamental knowledge that you need to have is to understand the industry revolutions, which most of us think that we know, but I better try to define them, or I better try to give them some idea. Of course, it's not comprehensively the same, but you can dwell into these thoughts. Industry 1.0 to Industry 5.0 is where we are heading towards. 1.0 was when machines started to take over, that was done by a hand. In your own hand, when you are trying to do it, was pre-Industry 1.0 era. Now, beyond 1.0, machines started to take over the work done by hands. Example, steam power defined in this era. James Watt's steam engine came up in this era, and there are many more examples of that. Transportation, you used to go by, you don't have this. Industry 1.0 is one which has brought in the steam engine and railways. Industry 2.0 is an era that marked speed and scale of production. So now, earlier it is the way you do it. Now it is how fast you do it and what is the scale, mass production part. That is coming up here. And the game-changing inventions came up, like telephone, the light bulb, and the automobiles. These are all the things that came up. Industry 3.0, late 20th century, IT and digital startups came up. The digital age commenced in late 20th century, with production augmented by, it is coupled by advanced technology. It has set stage for modern technology in which we are living today. Landmark achievements in this Industry 3.0 era is introduction of automation and computers, programmable logic controllers, devices that automate industrial processes, and the birth of internet, changing how we communicate and do businesses. This is what Industry 3.0 has seen, and Industry 4.0, dawn of smart technology. Smart technology dawned in this area. In this version, beyond Industry 3.0, what we are looking at is to make things faster, to do things faster, and also eco-friendly, and have more flexibility in how we work. This is the latest industry revolution that we are in right now today. It builds on what started with automation and computers on the production floor. Right on the production floor, you find automation and computers. None other than that you will find. Almost most of the human interventions are reduced to a great extent, which people used to do, but human interventions are never eliminated in Industry 4.0 or even beyond. This is for sure. Let me give some examples of Industry 4.0 we are talking about, where we are living in already. AI, machine learning, which let machines get smarter on their own. The Internet of Things, which connects devices to talk to each other and share information. Big data is what we are seeing in this era. This is all about crunching huge amounts of information to make smarter decisions. Please note, I normally use this data science information technology. Now you look at these two terms, data and information, they are not to be interchangeably used. Please note, data is when you try to have some entity to your knowledge. For example, in Leh or Ladakh today, it is very low temperatures are there, minus 15 degrees centigrade or something. It will come up as a news to you in the television, right? Now, what you see is that data or information to you. If you are going to Leh or Ladakh, you need to pack your woolen accordingly. when you are trying to pack your baggages. So your information is nothing but data put in a context. Without a context, when you look at it, it is just data. With context, when you look at that piece of entity that you have got to your knowledge, that is information, because that informs you in some way. So today we are having a lot of data points, and it is of course information to you also, because you are going to select a seat in which branch I should go. So definitely here we are trying to feed in with we are trying to feed you with a lot of data points, and it becomes information for you in the current context. We are looking at changes that could redefine not just manufacturing, but all kinds of services also are getting into smart services. We are trying to come up with in industries, tapping into full scope of human creativity and innovation. We are trying to come up with. Now the next one is Industry 5. Please note, Industry 5 is what we are commencing now. Till late 20th century and now 21st century and all, we are more or less in Industry 4.0 almost. Although industries by themselves, not all have changed to 4.0. There are still some in 3.0 versions, and 2.0 versions are still there. Handicrafts are still there, which is 1.0 version again, or even before. So Industry 5.0 isn't just about machines. It is about bringing human creativity back into the mix with advanced AI. That is the reason why you are talking about, will AI replace engineers? That question comes because of this Industry 5.0 revolution ongoing today. Imagine people and robots working side by side. That is already happening, as you all know, enhancing each other's work. One's work they are complementing with another. Robot or people, they are trying to complement with each other on certain things. For example, if there is a nuclear plant where I need to go inside and then try to work, usually humans are avoided these days because nuclear effects will be costly for on humans. So machines are being sent there. Suppose a bomb squad is there, you must be seeing in films also. These days, people are trying to use robots to defuse the bombs in bomb squads used by police. So these are the areas, some vulnerable strategic areas where they are sensitive. You are using robots. So people knowledge, people intelligence, because robots are being still run sometimes by autonomously, sometimes partially autonomous in a smart way, that is by human intervention. So naturally, even drones, for example, right? So the future also looks green. The green technology is something, green buildings and all that we are talking about. Sustainability isn't just good for the planet. It's a smart business now. Future factories will aim to cut waste. You must have come across additive manufacturing in mechanical engineering as against the destructive manufacturing. In fact, when you having, let us say, a wooden chair or something you want to make, you are trying to cut and then make vast of wastage of the material from a log of wood. Today, the situation is something else. Instead of destructive, what we are trying to make probably a chair we will make by trying to add some plastic. There is an additive technology. We are using your 3D printing machines and all to make these kind of things which we used to have using destructive technology earlier. Now, multiple elements that make a chair will go through and then form a chair using 3D printing. Similarly, a gun you can make using that kind of technology today. 3D guns are also available. 3D buildings designs are coming up slowly, although they have not realized yet into a 3D building, but they are trying to make green buildings using this kind of technology. So why are we talking about will AI replace humans? It is because of these kind of things coming up these days. There is a blend of worlds happening. Next revolution will see even more of merger between physical and digital spaces. Businesses will operate in new ways with a seamless flow between the real and virtual. It's all setting the stage for a big change, one that combines technology and human imagination in ways that we just started to imagine, but sky is the limit for human imagination. So what is the strategic advice in the process of choosing your branch? You can choose AI and ML if you are passionate about intelligence, automation, and innovation. Please keep an eye on the table that I have given, what kind of skills you should have, what kind of math and other things you should have. Keep that in mind, please. Pick cybersecurity if you want to be a digital guardian in a cyber world. As I told you, job roles of cybersecurity are different from other three branches like CSE, data science, and AIML. Similarly, data science, when you want to go for it, if you love patterns, if you love numbers, if you love business impacts, you want to achieve it, mostly the interpretation of statistical data. Yeah, you can go for that. Start with CSE and specialize later. This is another approach that you can take if you are still undecided about the above three. AIML, cybersecurity, data science. I don't know whether I'm really strong in maths, whether I'm really a good learner or not. If you are undecided about these aspects, whether should I have to go with statistical number crunching or interpretation of statistics, which is focusing towards data science. If this is the kind of mindset you have, then you think about a CSA, because undecided as of today, but you want flexibility later so that you can specialize yourself into these branches in due course. Then what are the student traits? I already touch based here. It is maybe a repetition, so I'll try to skip it for want of time. If you have any doubts, we'll come back to slide number 12 on which branch to choose and discipline. Student traits, best fit branch, why? This is a very important slide for you. You can have a look at it. Strong in maths, logic plus curious mind, or do you have detail-oriented ethical problem solver? Are you good with patterns and statistics and communications? Are you unsure of or looking for broad options? Based on that, because of these reasons that I have given on the last column, you need to pick the corresponding branch. I think this will be a good guide to start with thinking about how to choose. Who gets paid more? That is next question that I'm trying to answer now quickly. I've given a quick table here based on the data that I could mine out. My data that I have mined out is based on a fact from 2025 onwards till 2040, another 15 years. Who gets paid more is what I'm looking at. When I compile the data, this is what I'm getting. AIML starting pay in India, I'm not talking about abroad, you have global options also, please keep it in mind. A lot of global options exist for these branches. 10 to 18 lakhs per annum is for that, and cybersecurity 6 to 12 lakhs per annum, data science 8 to 14 lakhs per annum, general CSE 5 to 10 lakhs per annum. Now, 10 to 15 year overlook, if you look at, for example, why am I talking about 2025 onwards? NEP, if somebody is trying to implement post 1 year, also first year also, you'll be able to get some good skills and certification from which you can gain a job. Similarly, 2 years, maybe diploma, 3 years, maybe a very good certification, 4th year, of course, a bachelorate degree, something like that you can plan. So that is NEP. If institutions are trying to take up or adopt NEP, not many have adopted yet, but definitely there is a flexibility of learning. There is a minor degrees that are being offered. So keep these things in mind. Accordingly, you make your choices. So demand trend in India and global trends I have given here. AI, first world, critical everywhere is high demand, cybersecurity, very high demand, especially in India on data science. Strong presence is there, strong demand is there in IT, SaaS, and web and IAI. This is basically, so SaaS is a protocol or a kind of technology that we are trying to look at, like IT and AI. So software as a service, that's what it is. Expansion of that is software as a service. So these are the areas where CSC people can think about. There is a lot of demand. So you can give me this, you can have a look at this for your guidance. So in brief, on a summary of salaries and compensation part, AI and ML professionals are expected to command the highest average salaries in the next 10 to 15 years. Due to high global demand, cybersecurity and data science will be very well paid. Due to broader base of CSE graduates, they will go for a higher pay provided they are into some specializing of the other areas also. Will AI replace engineers? Let us come to this part of the question. Very, very important question. This is in light of the industrial revolution that I was talking about. Let me take you through some of the aspects. The idea here is to educate and inspire students about truth versus myths around AI replacing engineers. The future roles of engineers in AI-driven world, the skills required to stay relevant and excel, branch-wise impacts of AI on engineering careers. AI is nothing but making machines simulate human intelligence. That is the reason why this question came up actually for you. Will AI replace engineers? It includes machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, etc. Examples that you have today, Chat GPT is there. A lot of even programs that it is making and then giving you, you don't need to really write programs on your own, coding you don't need to do. That's the kind of mindset that we have, but the creativity of you, no Chat GPT can replace. Self-driving cars are there. No doubt they are practical these days. Similarly, because drivers are out, self-driving cars, when I say the autonomous vehicles, that's what I'm talking about. Face recognitions are happening these days. Just by sitting in a classroom of 40, 50 students, if I have fixed a camera there, based on your face recognition, I just get a capture of your attendance. I don't need to really take your attendance by making a roll call. These are very, very practically happening things. Predictive maintenance. So before something is going to happen, there is an alarm given to you and you will be taking predictive maintenance steps. Note one point, AI is just a tool. It is not full replacement of human capabilities. Keeping this in mind, let us take up next one, automation versus AI. Automation replaces tasks, not entire professionals or professions. So this is one thing which you need to keep in mind always. It just replaces tasks, but not entire professions. So automation, essentially, the purpose is to perform repetitive tasks faster. Faster is the keyword. Repetitive tasks faster. That is where automation is came up. AI will learn, adapt, and make decisions. The problem in automation is that it won't learn, whereas AI learns. It will learn, it will adapt, it will make decisions. So this is where the AI is about. Skills replace. Routine physical or digital jobs are out. So any job that is about routine, that is why recent studies that I have observed is your HR jobs, which are there in many of the companies, about 72% of them are going to be laid off very soon. A lot of layoffs are going on in HR sector. Whereas if you look at nursing, for example, the profession is you are a nurse and somebody is a nursing staff. Can you replace with AI? Not possible, not that easy. Although people talk about robots replacing robotic nurses, people are talking about no. Nurses require a personal touch. So about 6 to 7% only are the people. This is the least area where jobs are getting not replaced, because AI cannot replace nurses as of today. Similarly, doctors, similarly, skills that you have as a human interventions wherever are there, empathy that you have, not easy to replace. So statistics clearly shows today that not many layoffs. In fact, there are a lot of demand for nursing and doctors and all that. Definitely, you may have, because of AI, cognitive tasks done by the machines, but humans only will have the creativity, not the machines. Although people are attempting at this, but it's not that easy to arrive at. In my study and research on this topic, I could understand that a human's brain, if you have to really simulate with the creativity and all that, I don't know when it will happen, but as on today, with the current technology advancements, and availability of techniques that are available and machines that are available, concepts that are available, I understand, and is clearly given by a very reputed IEEE kind of a journal. It says today the scenario in 2025, the scenario is you can at most mimic the brain of a fly, FLY, the fly, a fly that is flying with its own thing. Okay? It's not easy. To even if you look at the biological reactions happening in the human body, every human body is unique. Now, if you want to mimic that, there are no computers, there are no, even quantum computers are not able to do this kind of estimation of these reactions. It can't replace. So cognitive tasks, creative tasks can never be replaced, and humans will never be replaced. So professions will not be replaced, tasks may be replaced. Coming to the chatbots, recommendation, the engines, recommendation engines, that is search engines and all that you have these days, they cannot be creative. They can only be, yes, compile information and give it to you in a quick and faster way, compiling a huge amount of data. What AI can replace and what AI cannot replace? Let me look at that. AI may replace some tasks of engineers, but not engineers as a whole. This is the very, very clear statement I am making, because AI cannot replace human creativity, cannot replace humans' interdisciplinary thinking, decision making in complex environments. I'll give you a short example here without taking the much time and complexity of a problem. A plus B plus C plus D equal to Z. Let us say there is an equation. If you want to get an idea of Z, you need numerical value of that on the left hand side, A, B, C, D, because A plus B plus D equal to Z. But today, in reality, there are many unknowns among these four, A, B, C, D, but still you take a decision. Like today, you are taking a decision whether to go for which branch. A lot of unknowns, but still you are ready to take a decision. You cannot, only you can take as a human. Nobody can make such a decisions. No machine can take such a decisions. So complex environments, we can deal as a humans, but not the machine. Empathy and stakeholder communication. This is where I was talking about. Nursing jobs are least affected by AI. Nursing, doctors, lawyers, they are least affected. Ethical engineering judgment. What is ethical? What is unethical in engineering practices? Yeah, ethical hacking is okay, but hacking is unethical. So the judgment of what is ethical, what is not ethical, what is good, what is not good, definitely a machine will not be able to understand. In fact, we have seen some movies that came up as what is that called, Robos 2.0 version and all that. You can see that is what exactly it is. Coming to what AI can replace, repetitive design simulations. If there are any, AI will replace. AutoCAD based drafting, AI may replace. Basic testing and coding debugging, yes, AI can replace. Routine monitoring in civil mechanical systems, yes, AI can replace. So keep this in mind. It cannot replace engineers as a whole. So how engineering roles will evolve over a period of time? Future role is going to be with AI support. Traditionally, you may have a design engineer. Now you should think about AI assisted design strategist. There is going to be a future role. No more design engineers are required by the companies. They need AI assisted design strategists. So please get yourself honed up. You're honing up your skills for this. Programmer, AI supervising software architect is required more than a simple programmer. Programmer is gone because many of the AI will replace many of the repetitive tasks a programmer does. But what is required? AI supervising software architect is what is required. Civil engineer, for example, digital twin analyst for smart cities. This is going to be the role of a civil engineer rather than an engineer. Aruna, don't do that. Electrical engineer, embedded systems plus AI enabled hardware expert. This is where you have to get into. No more electrical engineers are probably required, but you require embedded systems, AI enabled hardware experts are required. So your future roles are going to be what I have shown here on the right hand side. Similarly, mechanical engineer may be replaced with robotics or smart manufacturing engineer. Please note, engineers, the profession will never go. AI becomes a co-pilot, it cannot become a pilot by itself. Please note this. So branch or discipline-wise impact of AI. CSE, AIML, very high impact is there. Future engineering roles, it will change as consultants, AIML engineers. ECE, EEE people, they will go towards IoT system engineer or smart grid experts. Mechanical engineers, moderate impact will be there because of AI, automation engineer or CAD plus AI designer. This is the role you are going to assume. A civil fellow will assume a moderate impact will be there of AI because there are a lot of things which civil engineering people have to do with human creativity. So it can't so easily replace civil part. Smart infra planner, BIM specialist, you'll find. Biotech or chemical also, it's of course growing demand, growing impact is there from AI side. Bioinformatics, AI, chemical data modeler, etc. So no branch is obsolete. AI enhances, not replaces. Now, skills a future engineers must have. Critical thinking and problem solving skills are must. Doesn't matter which of these CSC branches or allied branches you select or whichever engineering branch you select. You need to please focus on critical thinking and problem solving skills. Programming basics based on not just Python and MATLAB alone. There are a number of things that are specific to your field of study. Please note this. Accordingly, this will change. What is in parentheses, the brackets, these languages will change. I've already given it in that table. Interdisciplinary exposure is a must. AI plus mechanical, AI plus EEE, AI plus civil, AI plus chemical is required. And communication and teamwork, I don't think anybody else can do other than humans only. They will have to really try to work on this. Ethics in AI and engineering, again, humans. So the desirable add-ons for these future engineers is, which is, if you join today in any of these branches, think of these add-ons, knowledge of AI tools. You need to know how to use AI as a tool. Please note this. There are a lot of certifications in Coursera, edX, Google AI, etc. Please try to go do these certifications while you are pursuing your engineering program. Participation in hackathons, Smart India hackathons, etc. Please do that. So engineer plus AI, this is what is the future. You should become a super engineer, not just an engineer anymore. Keep this motivation in your mind, please, as ever when you are going into this. So now AI won't replace engineers, but engineers who use AI will replace those who don't. So who is getting replaced? There will be replacement of engineers. Provided you don't want to use AI, you will be replaced. Please note this. The AI you have to have. Now, it doesn't matter whether you choose a particular CSE discipline, which I told, the 3 disciplines, data science, you have the other one, cybersecurity, or you have AIML. But irrespective of whichever you try to go for, whichever engineering branch you try to, you have to use AI. Your career is not about fearing AI. It is about learning with AI, learning with AI, learning AI, no, learning with AI. Everything that you learn with AI, you should think about. Then you will never get replaced in future. AI will not replace engineers, but it will engineers replace who don't have the ability to adapt themselves to the trending modern trends. Those who rely on routine tasks, if you want a very routine task to happen in future, like in good olden days, they used to go for routine tasks. No more you are going to have such kind of things. So you need to be almost on your toes to learn every day and become a lifelong learner. Those without problem solving skills, yes, those engineers will certainly be replaced by AI. Engineers who evolve will lead industries, design the future, and build smarter cities. With this, I think I'm almost concluding this talk. I'm sorry if I have had some extra time or some hiccups in between because of my power cuts, but I'm sure I try to convey what best I can. So choose an engineering branch that excites you. Definitely don't think about AI replacing and all stuff. Embrace AI as a tool. That's my sincere advice. Focus on skills, not on job titles. The future engineer is human-centered and AI empowered. This is a golden line that you can think about. Human-centered, AI empowered. Try to be one if you have chosen engineering through EAPCET or whatever, JoSAA or whatever it is. If you want to be an engineer, become a human-centered and AI-empowered engineer. With this, I thank you all for patient listening and bearing with me for the past 60 minutes or so. It's really a wonderful experience of being with Institute for Academic Excellence by Venkatesh, Director, and the team, which has given me this opportunity. Thanks to the participants. Thanks to every one of you. Thank you so very much. With this, I conclude.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was a wonderful session. So your session provided all of us with valuable guidance and how to see AI how to embrace AI. So it was really good. So let's take up few question answer sessions from audiences. Students can please raise your hands who wish to speak to Vijaya sir. Yes, please, students, you can please react. You can raise your hands who wish to speak to sir. Yes, Amarnath we have. You can unmute yourself and please interact with sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Amarnath.
Sir, ఇప్పుడు జోసాలో స్టేట్ ఎలిజిబిలిటీ సర్టిఫికేట్ అంటే ఏ డాక్యుమెంట్ అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి సార్?
This is a question our IIE people will answer post this lecture, because they are experts in that area.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir. No. We can answer now. There is your intermediate TC will be there now.
Yes, sir.
Transfer certificate.
Yes, sir.
That you can upload the state eligibility as of now.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mohit, there is question from Mohit. You can speak to sir.
Yes, Mohit.
You can unmute yourself.
Good morning, sir. Just to make sure I'm audible.
Yeah,
Yes.
you are.
You are audible very much.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mohit.
Yes, sir. Good morning. I had a little doubt, sir. I got category rank 1,50,000, and is there any chance that I could get a college through CSAB?
Which category?
OBC.
OBC, I think it's difficult to get it.
Okay, sir. And sir, if I consider EAPCET colleges, like state colleges, I got a rank of 36,000 and I was looking for ECE and I have NCCA certificate. I was thinking of maybe VNR ECE. Is that possible or?
Under NCC, we cannot predict it, but as for general rank 36,000, there may not be possible to get ECE.
Okay, sir.
So kindly check the previous cutoffs in the TG EAPCET.NSC.in, or you
Yes,
can
sir.
approach directly in person with the CAP consultancy. We can guide you.
Yes, and while preferring branches, sir, I was thinking of I was very dilemmatic between ECE and mechanical. So can you please help me clear out it?
Vijay sir, please answer.
Yeah, I can respond to this.
Yes, sir.
Mohit, you said ECE and mechanical.
Mechanical, yes, sir.
Good. You require to, what is your aim? Post BTech, what do you want to do?
Post
Doesn't
BTech.
matter which branch it is, but what is
Yes,
your
sir.
goal? How do you want to lead your life?
if we're specifically talking about engineering, or are you asking me
No,
what
generally
courses I
based on
would
your
do?
own thoughts. You
Okay,
want to
sir.
be a relaxed job, routine 9 to 5 kind of thing, or you want to be, I mean, what kind of life you would like to think for yourself in your professional career?
Not obviously a 9 to 5, sir. I would definitely opt for other things. Engineering is a side quest, but it's also a main degree for me. After that, I would definitely pursue MBA.
Good. So that gives me some idea of what you are thinking about. So based on that, I would like to suggest
Hmm.
that yes, you can plan mechanical and MBA is a very good combination. ECE and MBA is probably not that good a combination than mechanical and MBA. Think about this.
Yes, sir. And so I was a bit curious to know like what all opportunities I would get in future if I pursue mechanical or electrical. Like I've seen a lot of upcoming jobs through EC, specifically through EC, that all the semiconductors, chips, and all the sirs over here present over, and as well as you've also considered those jobs. But I was confused much about mechanical. Like what all job opportunities would I be able to get?
Yeah, from the viewpoint of yesterday, I don't know whether you were present in my talk. I just gave a talk on various job opportunities that you get in mechanical. The presentation that I have will be shared through CAP consultants to you. You can have a look at it. In fact, I've given a career guidance there straight. What should be the roadmap? If at all you choose mechanical, which direction you have to go, how to go about. I don't think I'll be able to answer it in a minute or two, keeping
Sure,
others
sir.
waiting, but definitely the presentation will have links. You are most welcome to come back and then discuss in person about this.
Sure, sir. Just last question, sir. Where would I have the access to get that?
Through CAP consultants who are organizing this program right now,
Yes,
they are
sir.
actually going to have my presentation with them. You can just get it from them and then you can go through and revert back through CAP consultants to me so that I'll be in a
Okay.
position to help you.
Sure, sir. Thank you for your patience,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you.
Yeah,
So
good morning,
next
sir.
question, sir. Yeah, Kedar. Yes, sir. Please speak to sir.
Yeah.
Shruti.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you, sir. And I got a JEE mains as a 59,975 rank. And in Telangana MSET, I got a 1376 rank. And in Comedy I got 455 rank. And I'm in confusion. And I'm looking for a CSE, A and ML. I don't think for JoSAA I would get the corresponding course for that. But what we have to choose TG, EAPCET or Comedy, I mean Karnataka state colleges, which would be the better option for me.
Anyone from CAP consultants can respond to this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I think as you told, for JoSAA may not be possible your choice of college and choice of course. But whereas in TG EAPCET, I think 1300.
Yeah, 1300.
What is ever have any do reservation, sir?
No reservation, sir. OC.
Open category. So
Yeah.
there and belongs to local of Telangana or local of
Yeah, local of Telangana.
local of Telangana. And what are the possible chances in Telangana, sir? As per previous year rank, I think you may have all opportunities.
J&H, sir.
J&T Computer Science, Usmania Computer Science, or CBIT Computer Science, VNR
Yeah.
Computer Science, anything.
Yeah,
And there in
all
Comedic, what are the colleges, sir, you are probable to get it?
RV College of Engineering, sir, and MS Ramaya.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So all there also we are getting good colleges.
Yeah.
But there you are not getting the university campuses, I think.
No university
It is a
campuses.
private college, na? Private college examination.
Yeah.
Na? There is no universities in that. So one
Yeah.
thing, and that there is no much difference about the institutions which are getting admission through Telangana EAPCET as well as Comedy entrance examination. Only thing is the location, Hyderabad and Bangalore are both are good locations, and both are the more opportunities for the placements as well as the facilities and infrastructure. And all the colleges, whatever you are getting, are good enough.
Okay.
So
I
thing
mean,
is,
JNT better, sir, because I'm listening that the quality of education is not good. That's what.
no, university obviously is good.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
So getting university in JNT, I think you may prefer JNT computer science here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, next MTR. Sir, you can please unmute yourselves. Chatresh, yeah,
Good.
please.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
Chatresh.
Hello.
Chatresh.
Yeah, yeah,
Go ahead.
MTR, sir. Yeah, please, MTR, sir, you first speak, then we will go to Chatresh.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
సార్ మా పాపకి ఈడబ్ల్యూఎస్ లో 5000 ర్యాంక్ వచ్చింది సార్, 5200 జేఈ మెయిన్స్. హలో.
Okay.
చెప్పండి మీ క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పండి మొత్తం.
Continue. Please ask.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే. అయితే మాకు వరంగల్ ఎన్ఐటిలో లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ జోసా కౌన్సిల్ ప్రకారం మెకానికల్, కెమికల్, సివిల్ వచ్చే స్కోప్ ఉంది. IIIT కాంచీపురంలో 5 years CSE వస్తుంది సార్. ఈ రెండిట్లలో ఏది చూజ్ చేసుకోవాలని కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంది.
Where are you actually అండి? ఫిజికల్ గా మీరు ఎక్కడ ఉంటారు?
వరంగల్.
వరంగల్ మీకు ఈజీ కదండి.
సార్.
వరంగల్ అవుతుంది కదా మీకు?
అవుతుంది. అయితే మా పాప సిఎస్సి కావాలి అంటే IIIT ఎన్ఐటీలలో సిఎస్సి రావట్లేదు సార్.
కాంచీపురం or NIT Warangal, both are good options, but if you say you want to specifically go to the branch, yeah, Kanchipuram is not bad also.
కానీ 5 years బిట్వీన్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి సార్? 4 years టు 5 years సిఎస్సి డిఫరెన్స్.
ఆ కోర్స్ పేరు వేరే ఉంటుందండి. ఇట్ మే నాట్ బి జస్ట్ బీటెక్, ఇట్ మే హ్యావ్ add on of PG also.
అదే ఎంటెక్ అని ఉంది సార్, డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీ ఎంటెక్ అని ఉంది సార్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ.
మరి అంటే 4 years అందరూ 5 years వద్దు అంటారు. అంటే ప్రాబ్లం ఏందనేది అర్థం కావట్లేదు.
ఆ ప్రాబ్లం ఏం లేదండి, చాలా సింపుల్. ఇది యాక్చువల్ గా ఇంజనీరింగ్ మొదట్లో 5 years ఉండేది, మీకు కూడా తెలిసి ఉండొచ్చు ఈ విషయం.
ఓకే సార్.
సో 4+1 చేయటం వల్ల ఏంటంటే she'll be deeper into some specialization also.
ఓకే సార్.
In the next maybe there is nothing wrong in going with, ఇప్పుడే నేను మాట్లాడినప్పుడు నా లెక్చర్ లో కూడా చెప్పాను, CSE is a broader ఏరియా అండి. స్పెషలైజేషన్ ఏరియాలోకి వెళ్ళాలంటే కనీసం ఇంకొక 1 year, యూ మే రిక్వైర్ టు హ్యావ్ అనదర్ 6 months to 1 year టైమ్ ఈస్ రిక్వైర్డ్ టు స్టడీ at the campus. So it is good that you are going with Kanchipuram CSE broad to start with. అయినా కూడా స్పెషలైజేషన్ ఇన్ ఎంటెక్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు హ్యాపీగా.
ఓకే.
That will be an add-on, and within 1 year
వరంగల్ ఐటీ వీటికంటే సిఎస్సి కావాలంటే కాంచీపురం వెళ్ళిపోవడం బెటర్ సార్.
No, if you get CSE in Warangal it is fine, but if she is not getting that కదా.
సిఎస్సి రావట్లేదు సార్ వరంగల్ లో, ఓన్లీ మెకానికల్, సివిల్.
Because of branch you will have to go there. అది నేను చెప్పేది.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Next question. We will take up next question. Chatresh, you can please speak to sir. Ask your question.
Hi, sir.
Chatresh, why? Yeah, కొంచెం loud గా మాట్లాడండి, మీ వాయిస్ లో ఉంది.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please. అడగండి, మాట్లాడండి. సార్ ఉన్నారు, సార్ తో మాట్లాడండి.
It you are audible మా, కొంచెం గట్టిగా మాట్లాడాలి. Speak louder.
Hi, sir.
Your voice is not properly audible, Chatresh.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, చెప్పండి. Yeah, now it is fine. మాట్లాడండి. Yes, you can ask sir your doubts.
Yeah, ma'am. She scored in MCET 32,480, ma'am.
Okay.
So she is interested in ECE actually. బట్ ఏఐఎంఎల్ అనేది ఇప్పుడు కొంచెం అది ట్రెండ్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది కాబట్టి లైక్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద పీపుల్ ఆర్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఫర్ ఏఐఎంఎల్ అని నేను అంటున్నాను. బట్ ఇన్ ఈసీఈ మనకి విఎల్ఎస్ఐ అండ్ ఎంబెడెడ్ సిస్టమ్స్ కూడా ఉంది కదా మ్యామ్. ఇఫ్ నాట్ కంప్యూటర్స్, విచ్ వన్ కెన్ వి ఆప్ట్?
సార్ విజయ సార్,
in ECE if at all she is picking up ECE అండి, whether even if she picks up ECE also, she can always get into those areas of AI and ML, because your embedded systems లోనూ AI వస్తుంది, ML వస్తుంది, మనకి అది టింట్ తీసుకోవచ్చు మీరు డెఫినెట్గా. But she need to get upskilled into these add-ons, as I was trying to talk in my lecture also. Along with ECE, go with some kind of certifications for either embedded systems or IoT. You try to think about add-ons తీసుకొని ముందుకు వెళ్ళమనండి, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. ఇట్ ఇస్ గుడ్.
అండ్ వన్ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్ సార్, యాక్చువల్లీ పాపకి విట్ అమరావతిలో వచ్చింది, బట్ ఇట్స్ లైక్ ఇట్ గోస్ ఇన్ టు సెకండ్ ఆర్ థర్డ్ కేటగిరీ సార్. ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఓకే? ఆర్ IIRE కూడా హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉంది. సో వీఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ హైదరాబాద్ సార్. సో విచ్ వన్ వీ కెన్?
Unless you have a very geographical choice, మీకు క్లియర్గా ఇదే హైదరాబాదే ఉండాలి అని లేకపోతే, if it is okay, if you are open, yeah, you can always prefer institutions of national importance, as far as I can suggest, because they have good faculty, they have good facilities, they have good learning resources. I don't call it as library anymore, good learning resources. They have good projects in which they can learn with the corresponding faculty who are the investigators of a number of projects. So ఇవి మీకు ఆ ఛాన్సెస్ IIRE కంటే అక్కడ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయని నా ఉద్దేశం.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. And so we will take up the question answers. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
One
Good morning,
question.
madam. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, please, sir, ask your question, sir.
My
This
daughter
is okay.
Yeah, can I talk,
Chappan,
madam?
sir. Yeah, adigan, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Vijay, sir. This
Good
is
morning,
Baswaraj. My daughter name is Shruti, is Narayana College in Hyderabad, Nallakunta. So, rank చాలా తక్కువ వచ్చింది సార్, అంటే క్వాలిఫైడ్ మార్క్స్ రాలేదు. సో వి జాయిన్ ఇన్ కేఎల్ యూనివర్సిటీ, ఇట్ ఈస్ అజీజ్ నగర్. హౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ సార్ దిస్ కాలేజ్? ఎలా ఉంది కాలేజ్?
రిలేటివ్లీ న్యూ అని విన్నానండి, కేఎల్ యూనివర్సిటీ హైదరాబాద్.
ఓకే సార్.
If I'm not mistaken, but they are improving a lot, and they have very good approach in trying to have the faculty as well as the infrastructure built అని విన్నాను. నేను విన్న మాట చెప్తాను మీకు నేను. To the extent that I know KLU at Hyderabad, they are recruiting faculty who are very good teachers in a teaching domain లో టీచింగ్ లెర్నింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసే వాళ్ళు కొంతమంది ఉన్నారు, రీసెర్చ్ వాళ్ళు కొంతమంది ఉన్నారు, who do focus on projects and research. So what I'm trying to say, maybe it is not a bad choice at this point in time. You can, based on your girl's interest, she can go with learning as well as trying to do some internships and projects also with the existing faculty over there. I'm sure that will hone up our skills to prepare herself for the industry's readiness in future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vijaya, sir.
Yeah.
So question answers we will take up after the next session. So,
Okay.
sir, thank you. So we are glad to have you here today with us. And
Can I leave the meeting?
yes, sir. So before that, I would like to thank you.
Thank
So
you.
how to adapt to AI and embrace it. So that was, well explained by you, and it was to the point. I hope all the students, they all liked your session. So
Thank
yes,
you,
sir.
ma.
Thank you.
Presentations I will share with your office. If you can share email through my WhatsApp, definitely I'll share the presentations, and you can share it with the concerned, and there will be some links in the presentation, hyperlinks. They can press that for any specifics. If they further have any doubts through they are welcome to contact me. We can fix up a time and talk to the concerned on a one-to-one basis.